Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and it is that time again. That special time in the night when you all tune in to hear my beautiful voice because I don't know at this point. Are you obsessive? Am I that alluring to you? I hope not, because that would be weird. But either way, it seems that the voice of the night has some things to talk about, and guess what? We're broadcasting as pirates tonight because I'm not going to obey that stupid fucking curfew rule that's been put in place. So, here I am, I'm a pirate broadcasting to you live, and guess what? I'm dumping this on the internet too, so they can't stop me from talking. This whole nonsense with the new governor and the martial law seems very questionable. Seems very illegal, if you ask me. I don't care what the state legislature said, but perhaps it'll resolve itself. You know what I mean. Sometimes these things just. People see sense. But we'll find out. Aside from that, for those of you occult types out there, it seems that a bit more mayhem has been going on more than usual in our astral alignments. We're going to have a blue moon, ladies and gents. That is right. A fourth full moon for the season. Very rare. Only happens every couple of years or so, now and again. And it is in conjunction with something quite impressive. Mars will be quite close in ascendance in our sky this fine Saturday evening coming up. There's a lot of important and significant things that could happen, and its influence can be felt. Obviously, the martial law might be a symptom of it if you believe that sort of nonsense. But from the occult types, this is incredibly rare. A blue moon and a red planet up in the sky, calling forth a time of ambition, conflict, and chaos. The time where changes happen, rises occur, and untold forces can go to work. So, I guess we'll just find out if some of the crazies out there are right and some interesting things might happen. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's a whole load of bullshit, but you never know. Outside of that, all this nonsense about Vizio. Oh my god, this shit. If I wanted to get this kind of nonsense, I would have taken more of that damn gaze drug. But really, Vizio's just garbage. I'm really glad, honestly, that the FDA decided to do a snap recall on the stuff. Seems it's a threat to national security because some idiot might have dropped something in the mixes when it was being distributed. Is it terrorism? I don't know. I'm not going to question it, though, because honestly, that product was kind of garbage anyways, and if you spent money on it, I'd honestly turn it in for a refund, and then the local authorities can take it and burn it all, rather than leave you to be subjected to another pointless experience with that crap. Speaking of, did you all notice that odd little poem that's been surging around everywhere? Well, I wrote a poem of my own. In fact, where'd I put it? Here we are. There was a stupid rhyme that wasted all our time and called into the dark. We thought it was a lark. Those who should know better do pull upon the fetter of a most heinous being that all should dread seeing. When the two do fill the sky, we might all surely die. Huh. I don't even know where that inspiration came from. In fact, fuck that poem. Just food for thought. Something that came to mind while I was just musing over the cosmos and the alignment of astral bodies that are significant to certain religious and occult ceremonies. You know, there might be a few human sacrifices this evening coming up. A few other weird things, dog. If you have a pet, I would advise you to keep it indoors, really. The occult types get kind of weird about that stuff. They might sacrifice something. And then there's been this weird array of property damage going on. Saxby and Sons, some old law firm in town, got pretty horribly vandalized. I mean, they damaged the hell out of that building. Don't really know why, but hey, People do weird shit sometimes. I've seen kids do some really strange things when they've gotten their head into the idea that, hey, it might be funny to, say, bust some sort of vehicle through a wall or smash up a cabinet. They must have dropped it from the roof considering the damage that was done, but hey, whatever. I have to admit that there's been some other curious affairs going on in town. Mr. E.H. Carrington, who was on this program previously, seems to have gone abroad for a little bit. Perhaps he's gone back to Egypt for a little bit of meditation. Who knows? I just think it's very interesting. But then again, he'll probably come swooping back in like he usually does. Missing you, E.H. We should have another talk sometime. Either way, that's really just all that's been going on in my neck of the woods. I look forward to hearing from some of the others, and in fact, at some point, I made contact with a very interesting figure within the local Muslim community. I would love to have him on the show to help foster more understanding between our Muslim brothers and sisters within this country, because, folks, you don't understand how many Muslims there might actually be in the area. They're not dangerous. They're not a threat. They have a mosque. They call it a community center, of course. No Mothman sightings lately, so that could have been bunk. You know, someone pulling a rather mean-spirited prank on people who already have to deal with a lot of issues in a culture that's become unfortunately hostile to them. But I've always been one for the underdog, when particularly that underdog has nothing to fear or should have nothing to fear from the general public. So I think I've rambled on enough about that. Nothing else really comes to mind. But then again, this is the MC broadcasting to you live from an undisclosed location, just like the late President Cheney. Vice President Cheney, who looks forward to seeing what just plays out in our state's madhouse of politics right now, along with all this mayhem and martial law. Keep your eyes out, folks. The G-men are out to get you.